Hey, how's it going, YouTube? Expedite Travels here, Duncan. Today I'm going to do a follow-up video, part 2. How much do you make as an expediter? I think it was a cargo van expediter or something. I think I got, there's like 50,000 views or something like that. I think that's the most I've ever gotten. I really don't pay attention to who watches and who doesn't. This is just more of a hobby for me, and I'm doing this to help people out if they're thinking about getting in the industry, that they know, I'm not gonna lie and say it's, oh, you can make $300,000-$400,000 a year. You hear some of the stupid things online and what people say. I'd rather tell you guys the way it is and not sugarcoat it and BS it and make it a Disney Cinderella story. But just a quick follow-up on how much you can make as a cargo van expediter and as an owner operator, because I see some of these videos out here and these guys will tell you, hey, you can make why isn't this thing focusing? Come on, man, focus. Here we go. You can make $100,000 a year, and these people look at the video and they watch it and they don't comprehend at that $100,000 a year, right? You still have fuel, you still have van payments, you still have maintenance that go for a straight truck or semi or whatever. It's the same. You have deductions off that $100,000 a year. So let's say you make $100,000 a year net before you have any deductions, before your deductions. Okay, so after all your fuel, say your maintenance and van payment and all that stuff, let's say you're left, off the top of my head, let's say you're left with $70,000 a year. But you have to be away from home 3 to 4 weeks at a time, and you have to run when that phone rings. You got to run and take it. You're not turning stuff down, you're taking it. So say you're left with $70,000 a year and you're home, I don't know, you're out, I think and Everything APAC said he was out 42 weeks or something like that, or was it 46 weeks? One of his videos, he said he was away. I'm pretty sure he said 46 weeks a year. He's home like very rarely. So this is not a job for people that have small kids, or their wife doesn't want them to be away, or significant other, or whatever it is, somebody that's a busybody. This is a job for people that like to be on their own, or they're single, or they're divorced or something, or maybe their kids are older, or them and their wife can do it. That's what this job is basically geared towards. But I'm gonna do some math right now for you. I got my calculator here. I'm gonna do an average right now. Let's say you're with a company and you have a set rate at I don't know, let's say it's 85 cents a mile. You're running for 85 cents a mile. You could run for more or less. This will just give you a base figure. Okay, so 85 cents and times, let's say you do 1,600 miles in a week, right? That's all you get, 1,600 miles in a week. So 85 cents a mile times 1,600 miles equals $1,360. And then you'd have to take your fuel, insurance, if you're paying insurance. Well, you'll be paying insurance either through the carrier, yourself, whatever, whatever it is, plus whatever any other deductions. So let's say you burn through, I don't know, $200 in fuel or something like that, depending on what the gas prices are, just off the top of my head. So you burn through $200 in fuel, it leaves you with $1160 a week, right? And then you have your vehicle payment and everything else. So you're not making $1360 a week. You're making a little less sometimes. So now let's say you have a smoking good week, right? You have a really good week. So 85 cents times, let's say you run 3,500 miles in a week. So now you're at $29.75, $2,975. Okay, so you minus your fuel, you minus your van payment, your insurance, all that stuff out of the $29.75. So let's say you went, I don't know, Laredo, Texas to back up to Michigan again or something like that, right? That's probably, what, 36 hours? That's probably 28 hours down there, and then 28 hours back or something, like through the week or whatever, right? It's about a 28 hour trip, I think, with your fuel stops, and could be more, depending on what vehicle you have and all that stuff, minus your fuel. So let's say you burn through $500 out of that, plus your food and everything. You got to think of that too. So, you know, $29.75 a week, and that's a good, you know, pretty good week. 3,500 miles up to 4,000 miles. I've heard of people doing up to 4,800 miles, but that's pretty damn good. So you always got to think, how much are you really making by the time you take all your deductions away? And that's at 85 cents a mile. That was just a number I came up with. That was what I got when I ran for TST Expedite in a Sprinter van. I got 85 cents a mile plus fuel surcharge, right? So I was close to $1 a mile, which was okay. It was a lot of shorter trips. But that's 85 cents a mile. Some people may run a set rate for 80 or, you know, 75 plus fuel surcharge, or 79 or something, whatever it would be, right? So you gotta do the math, make sure it works for you. The last video I did, I gave people a lower number on purpose, so it wasn't like, oh well, he said I can run up to 4,000 miles a week. Well, yeah, you can, maybe as a, you know, a solo, but you're running hard, man. That's not easy lifestyle. You're running on like 2-3 hours of sleep, or if you get back-to-back runs or something like that, you got to think all them miles. You're wore out by the end of the week. I don't care who you are. You're tired. You need some time off to relax and recuperate. Or maybe you're just constantly running shorter runs, 500 miles here, 600 miles there, or you're running coast to coast, or, you know, north to south, like I said, Laredo or El Paso or something. Sorry about that. I got a message on my phone. But, you know, or maybe you're going in and out of Canada, like Montreal, Quebec or something, to Texas, or, you know, Missouri or Kansas or something like that. So you have to do the math and do your due diligence before you get into this business, this industry, and figure out if it's going to work for you or not. If you're a person that only wants 1,500 miles a week, you really don't want to work that hard, well, you got to add all the math up, as opposed to somebody that, you know, they have to be home every night or every other night or something. It's probably not going to work out for you. So I just figured I'd give another perspective on there. I had some comments on the videos that I'm one of the naysayers and I'm trying to discourage people from getting into the industry and keep all the money to myself. And no, it's not the case, man. I don't want to give people false hope. I don't want to give people bad information and make it sound better than it is, and it's all lollipops and sunshines and rainbow farts and unicorn kisses. I want to tell people the way that it is, and not give people false hope and make it sound it's you know, you're living in a Disneyland cartoon or something. But yeah, it's just, how much can you really make? Even if you make $144,000, let's say you make $150,000 a year in a van, you're with a good company, you're running constant miles. Right now, everybody's struggling. It's fairly slow. That's now, what is it, March? Oh, sorry, May. It's like May 5th, 14th or 15th today or something like that. And in this truck, I'm in a 5-ton double tandem straight truck. So you can load this thing up to, like, I don't know, 27,000 pounds. It has a 24-foot box. And this time last year, I was running my nuts off. And right now, it's slowed up. There's I was reading online, there's 25% less freight from this year to last year. And you know, this is not a van. I'm you know, I have hours of service and everything to deal with. So you gotta take that into consideration too if you're getting into a straight truck. You know, you could run for $1.25 a mile plus your fuel surcharge, or you know what I mean. It just depends on your situation. You have to do the math and talk to people. Go on YouTube and look at different YouTube channels and look at different. Go on Facebook and go on the different Facebook groups. There's Transportation Life, Wheels, Wings, and Rudders. There's, I think it's Expedite Nation, Expediters On Time, Real Expediters. There's probably a couple other ones that I left out. I can't remember the name right now off the top of my head. And also check out Zello. Z, like Z is in zebra, ELLO, like Jello, but Zello. It's a free walkie-talkie app, and download it either, you know, Android or Apple. You go on there, do a channel search for Transportation Life WWR. That's basically like it's Transportation Life Wheels, Wings, Rudders. You have to be trusted into the Zello channel and trusted into the Facebook group. They'll just ask you questions or whatever. Just answer them and let them know that I sent you there. You got the information via this channel, Expedite Travels, and that's the best way to learn how to get into the industry. Do your due diligence, check your things out thoroughly, ask as many questions as humanly possible before you go out and buy a van if you choose to, or go work for a fleet owner. If you go work for a fleet owner, you're not going to be making like $2,000-3,000 a week. You know what I mean? You're just driving their van, you're leasing their van, and you're gonna pay for fuel. You'll do like a 60-40 split. So you pay for fuel and you just drive their van. You don't have any headaches if it breaks. Maybe you're with a fleet owner, they can put you in another van that they have, or maybe you wait a couple days up to a week for it to get fixed. But like I said before, man, this is just a hobby for me. I'm not looking to get rich or famous or anything off YouTube. I probably put more money into getting like a laptop and cameras and stuff like that to do the videos than what I'll ever make off of YouTube. I don't really make that much money off it. I think the 3-4 years I've been doing this now, I don't even know. I don't even think I've made $1,500-1,600. So do the math. I'm not doing this to get rich, man. But yeah, I don't want to give people false hope. I don't want to have people, uneducated people in the business getting into it, because it hurts us. We're in this together. It's like a big group, and some people don't understand that. They don't know what rate to run for. They don't know, what's a good company and a bad company to go to, and they just get into it and listen to whatever recruiter tells them. They think it's true, and you know what I mean. We're in this together. If we can educate people to get into it the right way and run for the right rates and figure out how to be successful, then everybody in the industry thrives. Everybody's better off than that, people that just come in here and they don't know nothing about it, and they take the 50 to 60 cents a mile trip for a cargo van, and they think they're making great money. No, man, you should be up to, close to $1. But yeah, it's trying to educate people and try to get everybody on board to help each other out and not kick each other down and make people feel like crap. You know, I don't believe in that. We don't thrive. We don't excel when we kick other people down. We excel when we help each other out, and we thrive as a, we're all in it together, if you like it or not. It's all one big group that, you know, if everybody starts running for higher rates, then we all make more money, right? So it's a group effort, but it's tough. You're always gonna have that one guy that wants to keep moving for cheap, and it is what it is. But anyways, part 2 of how much can you make as an Expedite cargo van driver, sprinter driver, or whatever it would be. Once again, with this truck, these trucks, you should be up around $1.50 to $2 a mile, sometimes more. Some of the rates are going for out there, so don't let people lie to you and tell you, well, you have to run for a buck, you know, 25 a mile in a straight truck or a semi. You don't have to. The rates are higher than that. Anyways, guys, hope the video was helpful. Thank you so much for watching. If you like the content, please like and subscribe. And I will talk to you guys later on. Thanks for watching. Bye for now. Be safe out on the roads.